Hello, this is Stuart from Hear Me, See Me podcast, and I've got an incredibly important guest with me today. Her story is an incredible one of hope, but it's very graphic and very disturbing that we have to worry about these things in this day and age. But she really is a guiding light for hope that there is always a possibility to get through these things. Today I'm introducing Shandra Woworuntu. How are you?
Yes. I'm doing great, thank you. And thank you for hosting this conversation. That it's important people, our community and society to hear me.
Yes.
Not only to hear me, but you will see me in someone else around us.
Yes, that's it. And to be honest, the minute I started reading your story, to be honest, I started reading it and I had to stop because it's very upsetting. And then, to do it justice, I stopped because I wanted to hear it from you. I wanted the power of hearing it from you. So if you could you tell us about your story?
Absolutely. Because I believe the story, the life testimony will help to change how the way we see, how the way we want to do, and how the way we act accordingly to stop human trafficking and end modern slavery globally. Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story. So it was in 1998 when political turbulence in Indonesia. So I was a money market trader, financial analyst, and an assistant general manager of Treasury Department, and specifically managed a treasury activities with a money market trader. It was excited. I was so young with a nice profession, and I never imagined at that time it was ended. My profession ended because of it's just amazing how the riot happened in Indonesia, how the fire, they burn building, they burn businesses, and of course I couldn't work because of the dangers, especially there was a racism and discrimination happen in my country, Indonesia, where Christian fight Muslim, Muslim fight Christian, and also the differences of economic layers and the difficulties of this population. And I lost my job, and I was a labor rights activist there. I went to the street fighting for the better labor law in my country, especially for women. I went to meet the president in the presidential office to talk about how we do better and to protect vulnerable people that slave in the factory, in many different workplace. I was so proud by myself. I went to the street, I raised my hand, I speak loud. Oh, it was amazing. But at that time I was a single parent with a young daughter, like toddler, and I was thinking, I have a saving. I have plenty saving. I have millions of those. But if I spend my money, how my future look like, how my daughter will achieve the best education, achieve the better goal of our life. So I decided to seek an employment, and in Indonesia it wasn't possible. It wasn't possible with the economic downturn after the incident or the accident, the political riot that happening in my country in 1998. So actually I went to Japan to be an Indonesian ambassador, and then I went back when I was waiting for my for the next schedule. I was thinking, I want to go to United States. I want to go to Western country because I knew at that time I was working in money market trader, so I knew I knew exactly the power of the currency. I knew the power of US dollar, and I saw when when Asian look at and watch a Western movie, what you imagine is the beauty of this Western country, right? A blonde, and then the food like McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and actually it was a fancy food in my country. When I'm here, it was a junk food, and it is a junk food, right? So I was excited with the music. I love Beatles. I love ABBA. I love all the Western music, and also I love Whitney Houston. And I said, like, why don't I go to America? Because the US dollar is the power at that time, right? It's not like Euro, it's not Australian, but the US at that time. It was controlled the economic. When you want to do import export using the US dollar, you want to do the war, you can't live in US dollar. Oh yes, I want to go to the United States. I will see Lady Liberty with the hand up to the sky. I will meet Richard Gere, the handsome in the movie. I want to see Whitney Houston, and I want to eat McDonald's, KFC, and Pizza Hut. So it was the plan. So I seek an employment opportunity through newspaper, and I saw advertisement said 6-month period working in hospitality industry, which is hotel. So it was excitement for me to see the opportunities in Hong Kong, in Japan, in UK, in United States, in many different countries that attracted me to go. And I paid $3,000 for the job, with the expectation, the promise, $5,000 a month, working as a waitress, as a server in the hotel restaurant in Chicago. Yes, I was excited. I was accepted after I went through many different tests. I didn't know what was the test, but they asked me to smile, they asked me to walk, they asked me to just to be me. And I passed. I went to the embassy to apply my visa with the documentation that provided by the agency. Of course, I trusted the agency because the agency was the biggest travel agent in Indonesia. And it was big building and big business, and I thought it was legitimate business. And I got my ticket. I flew to New York instead of Chicago, and they said someone will pick me at the airport at JFK. Yes, I will go to the state. 6 months, I will make $30,000 minus 3,000. I have 27,000 saving for my daughter's college fund. Imagine, right? A lot of those. And I wasn't thinking about the dangers. I wasn't thinking about many things. I trust, because this is a big country, Western country, that talk about the goodness of what they have. So someone picked me up, long shot. They took me with many people, the same destination, this business. The agent that picked us, his name was Johnny Wong. He was Malaysian. And 6 people together with the same destination, the same job in the hotel in Chicago. But the fact, he said, we cannot go to your workplace. He always mentioned workplace. So my assumption at that time, it was the hotel in Chicago. So he said, you will go with me with another 2 girls. They were younger. So I was 24 years old on my arrival in United States. And those girls about 17 and 15 years old. So I was the oldest. And then we went to the car, and then they took us to somewhere. And I saw a big hotel. It was Sheraton Hotel. And I said, maybe this is the place. I just, it was insane just thinking it was the location. It was the location of the place that I will work. Actually not. I was exchanged to someone else. And Johnny won't get the money. Someone else took me in his vehicle and then brought me to another location. I was exchanged until the last traffickers that bought 3 of us said, we will go back to my house. You will stay overnight in my house. So I was thinking wrong, but they knew me because they have my copy passport and also my picture. And I said like, oh, okay. And then I got into the vehicle with 2 girls, Monica and Nina, and he drove to his house. It was like a townhouse, like like many, it's community. He asked me to go to the top floor, which is attic, like on the roof. Only one room big over there, and I was thinking, this is dirty because I saw a used condoms on the floor, and the bed was just filthy, dirty. It wasn't a home. It wasn't a room that you can sleep on. And while we are searching, looking around the room, that's smelly, stinky, and this gentleman, this man, knocked the door and opened directly without giving us time to open. And he said, I want to see your skin. I want to see your skin. Open, open. He didn't really speak a good English, and at that time I didn't speak English well too. So it was mostly body language conversation. And I said like, no, I said. He tried to pull the youngest girl's clothes, and I say no, because of no one can see my body, no one can see my skin. And he said he wants to see the skin in case we have tattoo or skin problem. I said no. When I say no many times loud, he pulled my hand and put the gun on my head. So I couldn't say anything. He dragged me down from the stair. He locked the door from the outside so 2 girls won't be able to go out. He took me down to the basement. He pushed me into the vehicle, and he didn't say anything. He just gave me a bad look, a bad expression, like very tight and strong, with the gun on my waist. So I couldn't say anything. I tried to open the door, and the door was closed, like couldn't open by inside. So you have to go outside to open, like they put the safety lock on it. And he drove about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like very close. It was by neighborhood. And he stopped in the building, in the neighborhood building. And then he pulled my hand and dragged me to that building. It was close from the sidewalk. And he rang the bell, he knocked, he rang, and a beautiful lady came out, and he said, Mama Sang, this is a new girl. Imagine, he's a new girl, Mama Sang, and I learned that Mama Sang actually the woman that ran a brothel or ran prostitution. And the fact, he pulled me in, Mama Sang hold my hand nicely and softly, but at the corner I saw a big man with a baseball bat, just playing around, like swinging around the baseball bat. It seems he was ready to beat me. So those condition and situation put me at the space of afraid, worry, couldn't do anything. But one thing that I said, oh Lord, just help me. And I have to comply with all what they asked me to do so I can go back to my daughter. Whatever it is, I just have to survive, stay alive. Few hours after my arrival, I was sold. to the sex buyers. And Mama Sang said, it's okay, you start working and you will make money soon. In the morning, this man picked me up. I was sold to another place, and they drove me to many different states, like surrounded New York State. And they took my passport, my belonging. I have only one clothes in my body and couple in my pocketbook. And they said, I changed your name to Candy because Candy is a sweet name. Shandra is not. And I was thinking, why you don't call me Shandra? Shandra is my name. It's not Candy, but I couldn't fight. I will give you a new identity. I will give you a new ID. I just quiet. I couldn't say anything because of they have a gun. They always play with the gun. Click, 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 click. I knew 1 second, my life will blown up. He said, you have to pay back 30,000 US dollar. I said, like, no, I should make 30,000 US dollar not to pay you because I give you the job. You give me the job to be raped. It wasn't the job. It was rape. It was abuse, full with violence, physically, mentally, verbally, and sexually. One customer, one sex buyer that bought my body will deduct $100 from that debt creation. If I didn't make 2,000 that day, if the trafficker didn't get 2,000 in a day, I wouldn't get a proper food. But they drug me, they give me alcohol, and I didn't know if I can drink water from the faucet. Because in my country, we didn't drink water from the faucet. So I didn't drink the water. I didn't drink milk or juice, only alcohol morning to night time. And I couldn't sleep because of in the brothel, they open 24 hours. When it's nighttime, they send me out for escort or something. Sometimes they drove me to the hotel, to the neighborhood, to someone's house, or to the casino. And sometimes people that bought me, actually it's for the party, still deduct $100. So in my mind, in my brain, when I finish, I paid off that debt. If one person bought my body for 5 hours, still deduct 100. So when I eat, when I finish this abuse, finally one day I couldn't take it anymore because of when I fight, they put the hunting knife on my neck and ready to slice my neck. Sometimes it's break my skin. And the thing that I didn't understand at that moment, one person that carried the gun, he has a police badge. And he always said, don't do anything stupid. In my opinion, law enforcement should help people that are vulnerable, should protect people that are vulnerable like me at that time. But the fact, why he has the gun, why he was there and he scared me, he told me that I cannot do anything. It was the fact. So I complied and I saw many women and girls abused physically by the trafficker. And I realized I couldn't do the same thing what they did. I have to save my life. If there wasn't a sex buyer buy or come at that moment, the traffickers and the allies would rape me or rape the girls. And if we didn't take the drug, sometimes he just pins my nose and put the pill in my mouth. or the alcohol in my mouth. So that's the situation in the brothel or in this commercial sex trade, sex industry, where we are nothing. We are powerless. If we do something, you know, the payment is the abuse, physical abuse. So yeah, long shot, they sent me back to Johnny Wong in Brooklyn, New York. So I decided that it was the end of the day. And he wanted me to go to another location, another city called Boston. It's not that far from New York, but I realized that Johnny Wong, won't protect me, even though I trusted him. And he always said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you were abused. I didn't know that you were sold." But Johnny Wong said, "You will go with this man to Boston to go to your workplace." And I remember the workplace that I should go is Chicago. The city was Chicago, not Boston. So I start getting smarter. And I said, tonight I will stay with you. I will stay with you because of I'm tired. And Johnny Wong granted my wish. And at that day, I met another girl. Her name was Yvonne. Yvonne told me, "Hey, Candy, if you paid off your debt, call this number. His name is Steven. He will help you to get the job. He will help you to make money so you can go back home and meet your daughter." It was another hope. It was another hope, and I kept that number in a small piece of paper in my bra. So I'm afraid that it will be lost or taken by someone, and I have to keep it safe. Nighttime, it when Johnny Wong's sex business was slow at that night, and I walked around in that house to find out how can I escape. And I just said, "Oh Lord, this is the day. I'm done. I'm so tired. I cannot take it anymore." And the fact I walked around, I went to the bathroom. I saw a little window in the bathroom. So I climbed to the sink, and next is climb to that small window, which is having a little space for me to be able to put my my half of my waist and my head inside to look out from that window. And I just see it was very high. It was second floor bathroom window, and I didn't know if I could make it, but I decided. I have determination. Because of every day, I put my hope. When I open up my eyes, I said, "This is the day, a new hope." And that hope become a living hope. And that day, I have the determination. This is the time. So I went back to the room. I told the girl, "I want to run away. I want to run away." My English also wasn't good like now. And many girls just say like, "Okay." And I prayed, so I will be safe. And I went to the bathroom quietly while Johnny Wong slept in front of the door. And I climbed and I said, I turned on the faucet. So it looked like someone in the bathroom. I couldn't find any screwdriver. So I was a Girl Scout. And I'm proud to be a Girl Scout. And I realized it was benefit me in my survival. And I use spoon, fork just to open that window to make sure that I can step out because no knife in that place. It was very high, and I just said, like, "In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, Amen." I closed my eyes and I jumped. It was a miracle. It was a miracle that I didn't get any fracture. It wasn't me. It was the angel that helped me to save me. It was God that I trust. And the fact the young girl, 15 years old girl, actually, he jumped on me. Actually, it was painful. You know, it was painful. He was, but I took it as the freedom.
Yeah.
I breathed. It was nice. It's fresh air, and I was crying because of many girls couldn't 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 jump because of the window was so small, and I know it fear. It was fear for other people, and not everybody have that strength like me. So I waved my hand, I closed my eyes, I was crying, and I said, like, I will come back for you. I will come back for you, and I will pick you up. I waved my hand, I ran to the corner, I went back, I waved again, I just said, I will come back for you. I will pick you up. So, long shot, I and Nina ran, and we stopped a cab, a yellow cab, yellow taxi. And we didn't know where we should go. We just said, take me to the hotel, to the city. We didn't know where we are at that moment. Nina have couple $100 in her pocket, and I didn't have money at that time. So Nina paid, and this taxi driver stopped us in the big hotel. And it was another help that the receptionist allowed us got in about 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. He let me in. He let me and Nina into the room, and we paid only a little money. And Nina the one who paid. We didn't sleep. It was so good that we, both of us took a shower. We drank the hot water that the hotel gave in the room. Tea, we were excited. Tea, coffee, we drank it in the hotel. It was just amazing. So we called this person in the morning while the sun out. We couldn't wait. We couldn't wait until morning, until the sun out, and we go out and we call. Actually, he was so nice. He was a nice man that listened to me. And I mentioned that many girls trapped in that house, and we were raped. We didn't know how to say it. So what we knew is we were kidnapped. That's what I told to Stephen. And Stephen said, don't worry, I help you. I will help you. And I will help you to meet your friends. But don't worry, the most important is you. It's you. It's me. It's not Nina. It's me. And then he met me. He met both of us in the morning. And he said, you're so beautiful, Shandra. You're so nice. Maybe we can go out. So he groomed me. He made my nail, my hair. He bought clothes for me, and he took me to nice restaurant. The thing that I remember, he took me to Liberty, because I told him that I come to the United States. One of my dream is visiting Lady Liberty, and he took me to Liberty. It was good, but I didn't know it was the grooming process of me until weeks. Finally, he was on top of me at the night time, and he wanted to rape me. I said no, and I learned self-defense at that time, so I was able to got away from him. I got away from him, and I ran. I woke Nina up. Come on, let's go. And we wait until morning again, and we wanted to pick up our stuff at the hotel, and it's all gone. Stephen took it because and Stephen came back and met us in front of the hotel. Stay here because of customer come. So I knew that I was in there. So, no, I said I tried to get away from him because of he held my hand and Nina, and he said Johnny Wong will come. And then he took the phone, like walkie-talkie and phone, long ago, like walkie-talkie and cell phone together. And he pitched Johnny Wong. Johnny Wong, the girls are here. Come and pick them up. So I knew that I was in the situation, and I just punched him. I got away from him. Thankfully, I learned self-defense at that time, and I ran. But Nina couldn't get away. Nina was with him. So I was alone. I tried to seek help. Actually, Nina went back to the brothel in Brooklyn. I seek help. I went to people asking food because I was homeless. I picked the food from the garbage can. I asked people to get me the food. I slept at the park. It was a survival. If now I look back, I couldn't imagine how strong I was. If I have to rewind my life, I didn't know if I could do it again. Until I went to law enforcement, I went to Consulate General of Indonesia, I went to churches. Nobody understand. Nobody see me as a victim. Nobody want to help me. Sometimes they give me food, but they don't understand that I was a victim. I was a victim of kidnap. At that time, it's only kidnap, my understanding. I didn't know it was trafficking. I didn't know it was modern slavery. Until someone approached me and I asked help because I was crying, I was hungry. And this man got me coffee and bread. And then he asked me why, and I explained. And he told me, come back here tomorrow. I will help you at noon. And I didn't know what was noon because I didn't learn noon. I learned British English in my country, which is afternoon, morning, afternoon, evening. Nobody 12 sharp. I didn't learn noon is 12 o'clock in the daytime. So I was waiting since morning. I slept at the park. I was waiting, and I said, like, maybe he lied. Maybe he lied. He is not helping me. Maybe he lied. Maybe he lied. But he came. He came. He kept his promise. He called FBI. And he assigned us to go to a local precinct. And the law enforcement, the police officer, the detective came, and this angel name was Eddie. Eddie worked for the Navy, U.S. Navy, and he helped me to open up conversation with law enforcement. Finally, they took my case, they investigated, and I saw they called Indonesian embassy, another one is U.S. embassy in Indonesia. They called the flight, the flight company, and I didn't lie. I didn't lie. It was correct. And he took my notes, so I have a journal. So whenever I go, I always like having a book, having a journal or agenda, and I put all. And it was in many different languages, in between English, Indonesia, my native language, and also Japanese language in my book. And they have to find out, what is this? What is this? Finally, they decided to help me, and by asking, are you ready to meet your friend? I didn't know what is that. I mean, I say yes. I said, just say yes. So he found the address from my notebook, the address of the brothel, because of when they put me in the car, I put the name of the street in my book with the arrow, make a left, make a right, straight. So it helped the investigation. And I saw undercover, I saw sniper, I saw people with the uniform, without uniform, with the they strategized, they moved, surrounded the brothel in the community. People like pretended become community members, sitting like drinking or smoking outside nearby the brothel. I said like, usually I watch movie like when when Western movie like showing how they extract people. So it's just like, oh my gosh, what is this? What is this? Like that. So I was excited but didn't know because of I also wonder because they put me inside the car with the bag. I was thinking they want to take me to the prison. I didn't know too, so it was like mess. Nobody explained from one to what is the step, and finally someone pretended become a sex buyer, rang the bell, and then I didn't know the conversation exactly, but I hear like lightly, and they got in the law enforcement because I told them they have a gun, and I saw like wow, and then the officer there with me like try to cover my head so I will not see their action.
Yeah.
Oh, finally. This officer George told me, his name George. He passed away already now, and he said, Shandra, it's over, it's over. So he took me out from the car, and he asked me to see a blind. They put a newspaper on the door, and they make a hole, and they asked me to peep inside, and I saw that girls. Those girls over there with a towel only, without clothes, and so many buyers sitting, and I recognized Johnny Wong inside. The girls went out. I was crying. We were dancing. It was joy. We were dancing together. We hugged the officer. I hugged, the officer Eugene, and we were dancing like hold hand and dancing. I just like jumping around. It's the beauty, the joy of freedom that I was able to see that goes out when I look inside from that hole that they made for me to be able to see. I said, they were enslaved and I'm outside. I got my freedom, and I couldn't wait for them to get out from this door to experience freedom. So they didn't arrest the people that bought us. They investigated the organized crime. It was the biggest in 2001.
Right.
And some of them prosecuted. So I testified, and they were convicted and prosecuted. And some of them still at large, but they didn't do anything to the people who abused us, which were sex buyers, because they were there, but they didn't arrest them. So yeah, it was my life story, and I take from there as a lesson learned to be who I am today. It is a long journey. It is a long journey. I reunited with my daughter in 2004. And she came here, and it was beautiful, my reunion with my daughter. And he asked me, are you my mama? Are you my mama? I was crying. Yes, I'm your mom, because we just speak on the phone.
Yeah.
And we built our life in New York.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. It's difficult surviving without enough support. It was limited support, lack of support.
Yeah.
And finally, I was able to, to gain my own independency because of I always have determination. They challenged me. You want to go back home, or you want to be here? If you are here, you will prosecute that bad people. And I have to sacrifice myself, and I told them, I want to see those people that abuse me to be jailed.
Yeah.
And the fact it wasn't safe for me to go back home because of the trafficker seek my location in Indonesia. So they changed my name in the United States for a while, and then I got back my name and I start my advocacy. And I was able to establish my non-profit organization to help people that exploited and trafficked in New York and globally.
That's Mentari, is it? That you're...
Yes.
Yeah.
Mentari, USA. Mentari mean sunlight, sun bright, the warmth of the sun. So a lot of meaning from Mentari. And I take this name because when I was in captivity, I didn't see the sun because of, even if you see the door, right? There is, if there is a blind or curtain from the inside, when you open, actually, they put the wood on it, so you cannot see what is outside. Yeah. Even when I was in Connecticut, I was in the attic. I tried to escape back. I was Girl Scout. I just connect against, make a knot to make the seat, the clothes long, and jump from the window. But I couldn't reach the ground, and I have to go back up because of this is too dangerous for me. I didn't know where I was. It looked like wood, like in the wood in the forest. So a long story, but Mentari helped since I established. Mentari helped 560 survivors of exploitation and trafficking in United States. And we have worked in Indonesia and also in Caribbean island, in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. To introduce, to educate, and also to raise awareness of human trafficking or modern slavery, so the community will learn, will be aware, able to identify and know what to do.
Yeah, yeah. So they don't just accept that these brothels and these places are just, so they know the story behind.
Yes, because of they need to hear the story. Not only education about what is human trafficking. There is a law by the UN, by the United States, by the UK, by OSCE countries have a name of what is human trafficking. But by telling the story, people will catch easily and remember easily what is human trafficking. What is modern slavery? Because if you just talk about human trafficking, blah, 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 this is what you can do, they will not remember. But if someone, a survivor, speak up, sharing the story for awareness campaigns, for awareness, for education, people will learn, even though somehow some communities said it doesn't happen here. Human trafficking or modern slavery doesn't see you are immigrant. You are a domestic in UK. They don't see if they are British or they are immigrant. If you're a victim, you will be everybody potential to be a victim, especially people that vulnerable, minority, or having low self-esteem, jobless, and just underserved population will be. Like in Europe, example like Roma Sinti, Eastern Europe, very vulnerable. And also it's just happening everywhere, and we don't see with our plain sight, whether in the house as a domestic servitor, become a nanny, become a housekeeper, or also in the farm. In the farm, in the factory, or in the restaurant. I met someone, I didn't believe the first, because I watched movie about people from China that brought to the state inside the container.
Yeah.
Through the sea. I didn't believe, or I thought it was just a Hollywood movie. But I met one. So when I did outreach to my community, I become a waitress. I become a nanny. I become a housekeeper. I become anybody just to go to the street. I go to the community to find victim, to learn what is happening in my community. Without me going out to the massage parlor, to illegal brothel, I don't know how they feel.
Mm.
So I learned one girl from Malaysia. She was in the container, and she has to pay 75,000 to come to the United States. When I was trafficked, the girls also from Malaysia without any passport, they smuggled her from the sea, and then they didn't let her go. Instead of they slave her, become a sex slave. So this is the relation in between smuggling and trafficking. Smuggling is not trafficking, but people that smuggle potentially or can be trafficked or exploited.
Either way, it's making a human being a commodity.
Yes.
That it's hard to understand. Too, like you hear a story as yours that he puts it into perspective of, because you kept saying, the fact that money changed hands when you first got here. So you was sold. That guy sold you to that guy. That side guy sold you to that guy, like a piece of meat being sold along the line. And then you said when the people were using you, that you said when they bought me, you kept saying when they bought me, and to me that really struck home as being, no human could be bought. No, like I've got 5 children and I've got 4 grandchildren. Of my 5 children, I've only got 1 boy. I've got 4 daughters, and you was 24. One of my daughters is 22. The thought of that happening to one of my daughters fills me with horror. But that is someone's daughter. You are someone's daughter. The girls that go missing in America and Britain, they're someone's daughter, and this is what maybe the people don't see when they're doing.
Yeah, it is just sad to see, but human trafficking is really hidden crime. You cannot see by your plain sight, and it's just sad that people sometimes didn't know if modern slavery, human trafficking actually attached to the unique cases. Everybody have different experience to be trafficked, and the fact is human trafficking actually followed by technologies, Joe. Why I say technology? Previously, people like oh my god.
It's okay. I've got
wait a second. You got me. I finally I just clicked something. So example long ago, children like kidnapped, right? Children got kidnapped, women got taken, but now they approach the children through the social media. From the Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, and now pandemic. I don't know if you hear the mega brothel in Germany was closed during the pandemic, and the demand on porn industry is more higher, and we identify more children recruited because of everybody with the device now, the school with the computer, with the iPad, with the smartphone. So they use that to recruit women. Even they approach my son. My son is 14 years old. He played game. Someone approached him through the game. Yeah, as a parent, I think as we live in our community and society that broken, we should be aware and protect our family member, our our children, our young generation, and everybody.
Did you, so at some point when you, with Mentari, you and the charity, you actually went and advised the American government, didn't you, about human trafficking? How did that come about?
Yes. I never see, so when I look at myself, Stuart, I was nobody, right? I was kidnapped, nobody. I wasn't like, study in America. My English is, my son always say, Mama, you have a broken English, Mama. And I told my son, and I told everybody that don't understand me, I told, that is not my problem. That's your problem, you don't understand me. I understand to speak, but you don't understand. That's your problem. So I'm strongly believe that you don't understand me, but I keep saying, I will not stop saying. And I involved with the policy, changing the law, and also introducing the law from city, state, and federal and international. And I was identified by the administration of Obama administration to be the first member of the U.S. Advisory Council to the Presidential Task Force based in White House. So I was like, oh my God, I was from nobody, and how it turned up become someone that I think that's the it's kind of dream for everybody to be able to be advisor. And we work with government agencies, giving our voice, giving recommendation to make better, because of, I believe, people like me having the first experience dealing with the trafficker. We should be on the table discussion. We should be involved from the beginning to the end. And also, I'm so grateful that OSCE appointed me. I was appointed by OSCE and ODIR to be the first international survivor of trafficking advisory council.
Right.
To the ODIR and OSCE. Yeah, it's just keep the strength, nurture your passion and compassion, become a leader, surrounded with good people, positive people that support you. And I believe through partnership and collaboration like me and you, right? People listen to the podcast and learn. I think we will achieve, achieve more, bigger scope in the global level. And also, I think more people will learn and aware that it's happening. What can we do? What can we do together? So yeah, whenever testimony come up from me, I just hope that people, number one, will listen to me. The second is, you see me in your community. You don't need to see Shandra in person, but you see people that are victimized like me surround us. It is everywhere. And how you identify them, how you help them, how you make the report, how you make the action to eradicate modern slavery and trafficking.
I think as well now, I mean, you've led on to it so well, that the fact that there's a new fight for you at the moment, because in America, and I think worldwide, there's this thing, we're seeing a lot of it in America, this Asian hate. Now, what an asset you've come to the USA, what an asset you've become. You've done so much, and yet you could easily be, and the people are constantly, a victim of Asian hate crime.
Yes.
What has been happening there with that?
This is interesting question, Stuart, and I'm honored to represent Asian community to speak now. Asian is underrepresented in the United States. That's number one. Asian people is always try to stay away from the problem. They just like, I just want to get away from the trouble because of I just want to make living, and also just to make my family continue their life and be better, make a better life than me. So I work hard for my children. And also I think the opportunity that they give to Asian is not Asian is not recognized a lot. Only a few people that become a leader, and thankfully we have few Asian leaders in this country. And also they don't understand that Asian is not only Chinese. What they understand, what they learn, Asian is only Chinese, and Asian is huge. Come on, American. Asian is Indonesian, Nepali, Tibet, Indian. They don't know. They think Asian only like, you know, with the sleepy eyes and like light skin, and they just you know, think is Chinese. When they see me, hey, Chinese, Chinese, Chinese. Even you know, during the pandemic, actually the hate crime is up raised high. You know what? One element is we have the leader that started. We have the government leader that never serve people, become a president that mentioned this is Chinese flu, Kung flu.
Yeah.
They blame the virus on Chinese people. We cannot blame someone because of the Chinese, you know, because of Chinese or from China. What we have to understand is came from there, how we stop this infection instead of bully. If we have the leader is bully and racist, so it's create the government. It's racism is already rooted here since long ago. By stating that, actually he threw the fire in the bush and become boom. And I experience a lot. I cannot speak on someone else's experience, but it is in the newspaper, it is in the social media. But my experience during the pandemic, I went to the store owner said they are not Asian. I don't want to say what nationality they are, but they said, hey, Chinese, do you know that Chinese people bring the corona to the United States? Our store will not sell to the Chinese people.
Really?
I was so angry. I just bit my tongue. I stepped out. I was with my good friend of mine, which is, you know, like Asian also. I just say like, if I fight, I'm gonna fight is strong. So I don't want to ruin my day. I called 311 in New York. I make a report. But the problem is we keep making report. But where is the action of the government? Where is the action of the local government? You just make a data of hate crime and racism, discrimination, but you don't have any action. Your action, we just speak loud. It is in the example in the media. Like a few days ago, a couple of days ago, the guy beaten in the subway, and someone tweeted in the TikTok, and it draw the attention. How about other people? Where is the action? So we have to act accordingly without putting separation in between color. We have to treat them equally. We have to treat the criminal equally, not because of you are white or you black or you yellow or you brown. No, crime is crime. So this is what we don't have here. So we keep reporting Asian hate crime. I walk, someone spat on me, and I say like, Chinese. So what is that? And sometimes I fight. When I go to the store, I fight. I'm not Chinese, I said. Because they said, ni hao ma. I said like, please respect Chinese people. And I'm not Chinese.
Yeah.
Because of I'm so angry, they treat everybody like one is Chinese, and we should stand Asian is Asian, and don't pick on someone color, someone nationality, someone race, because of we all breathe the same air in this universe. We drink the same water that came from our earth. We eat all the, the crops that, that grow from this earth, only one earth. So let's put away that. Let's see them as our sister and brother from different, countries, because of we deserve humanity and dignity. And I respect everybody. Everybody should respect me. The incident in Atlanta. Maybe you want to know about incident in Atlanta that 6 Asian women were killed by the white man, very young man, and I see this as sexism, misogyny, how the hate to the woman, and also. If we look at it and we look deeper, these people just try to earn some money to survive during the pandemic. They have to send the money to the family. They have to feed people in the house, providing food on the table to help the family. They are not harmful. They are not harmful. They don't have weapons. They just try to survive like other people in these difficulties. And this man just come and shoot them with the expectation to eliminate her sexual desire, to fulfill, his sexuality, to eliminate that, just like, come on, it's not. And it is not mental health. You just hate. This is not mental health. Addiction to sex, in my opinion, scientifically is not mental health, because you combine with the hate among the Asian people. You have a passion and hating them. You have a passion that this is from Chinese, this difficulty is from China. Chinese people bring this disaster. This is not about eliminating your addiction. This is because of this man is racist. And by stating by the white leader in the enforcement, sheriff, enforcing the law, helping to protect vulnerable, stating this is a bad day of this man, this is ridiculous. This is not a bad day for this man. This man is anger, hate, hatred, hate people. He compiled all this hate, become so passion by killing them is done, and then he used excuse that if I kill them, I will be safe from my addiction. I will eliminate my desire. I have a bad day. You say this is a bad day because of it is white. If the black people, the yellow people, the brown people kill, it will be different statement. And also, do you think those women having a lucky day to be killed? Those women that work every day during the pandemic, having masks on, have to travel with these difficulties, covering their face to be safe, not to get infected. Having a bad day every day. Sometimes those women, sexually harassed. They are harassed, assaulted when they are doing what they have to do. So please, I call up to all the people that become a leader, politician or people, law enforcement. We have to look beneath the surface, regardless the color, regardless the social background. We have to treat them equally criminal, equal as a criminal. Not because of they white, not to be prosecuted. Because of their brown, not to be prosecuted. Because of they black, not to be prosecuted. No, all equal, regardless the color. The victim also. If the victim like, is not really Asian, it's not Asian, please bring up too. We have to bring up victim also equally. Not because of this is white people, we have to do the most action. This is Asian, no. This is black, no. Come on, all do equally. So that's my calling to every one of us. Let's look everybody as a human being. It's just the beautiful to see the color actually, right? It's a beautiful that people colorful. When we start together, it's colorful from the light to the dark. And how you see us with our different eyes, different color. I always love blonde. Sometimes I dye my hair because I see the beauty of the color. So come on, let's take a positive mindset. Let's develop positive mindset that human beings are beautiful. Let's see them with the beauty, not with the anger, not separation, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We're peaceful. We're peaceful.
That's the thing. It's heartbreaking that we haven't learned from history, that we still have to, even after everything that we've been through history, we still have to learn about loving each other. But hopefully, in the next couple of years, I'm hoping we've got, there's possibilities we may be taking haircuts from us to the US. We keep getting asked to go over there. I really pray that when I manage to get over there, I'd really want to meet you in person. Maybe I'll dye your hair blonde for you.
Yes, when I go to Britain or go somewhere, God will, we will meet in person. And also for the listener, I hope one day we meet in person, but we can see virtually anytime. And I'm hoping that people that watch, hear me, see me, podcast, will continue to support this podcast because of Stuart Roberts bring its discussion with the purpose to educate, to raise awareness, that we listen to the source with the expectation is let's unite it and do something for the better world. Doing good for the better world. Start with hear me, see me, and act together.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate your time coming on. And we'll definitely be keeping in touch, Shandra.
Thank you so much. And if you need my support, my help in many ways, you have event or whatever, please let me know. I will help to share it with my community because of I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing. It is like touching when I see like, what? With the name like, this is what we are doing, like feeding homeless, and we do we cut their hair with, giving them shape. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful heart to love our neighbor. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll definitely be in touch. Shandra, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See you again.